Hey, I'm Matt Hudgens and he's Dave Mulvaney and this is Profitability MD. Dave, how you doing today, buddy?
Man, I'm doing great. How are you today?
Life is great. I love the fall. It's like, 75, 77 and sunny, slight breeze. It's beautiful. Blue skies. It's awesome.
Good. I mean, we're a little warmer than that, so.
Well, that's good. Y'all will stay warmer when I come down there, in November when it's chilly here. That's the point.
I'm ready for it to cool off a little. So.
All right. So episode 94, how to build persuasive offers, 4 methods to use free trials. All right. So we're talking about building offers, persuasive offers, irresistible offers, and how to do that. And one of the ways we've talked about in the past, and I know you're working on one of them right now, is like a free trial. Give somebody a free trial. But there are actually 4 ways or 4 tactics, 4 strategies to use free trials. So I thought we'd go through those 4 strategies and kind of talk them out and give some examples. Sound good?
That sounds great. And, I mean, when you learn how to build or design or, or use persuasive offers, I mean, ultimately, the ultimate goal is to be able to attract clients at the lowest cost per acquisition. So that's really what we're focusing on today, and how to tweak your offers to kind of get them there so that your acquisition cost is as low as possible. When you have, no matter what, every company has a cost to acquire a customer. If you don't know it, then that's for another episode, KPIs. But at the same time, today we're going to focus on your cost, to acquire a customer, and not the cost so much. We're going to focus on the offers, I guess you'd say, the persuasive offers.
And we talked about this, these are kind of lost leaders and stuff like that, right? So like I was thinking about, the iPad and the Kindle. Remember they came out with a Kindle, which is really just a reader. It was $100. Amazon's actually losing money on that, but they make money on the lifetime value of the customer that you're going to buy more of their books. Or I guess then they end up having their own little iPad. I think it was called the Kindle. The Fire or something like that.
The Fire.
Yeah, about $100. But they're doing the back end that you're going to use it and buy other products. The lifetime value of your customer. We've talked about that several times. And it's not just the one transaction, but they're going to repeat buy from you. So how much can you afford? I had trouble sleeping last night. So 2 infomercials last night. The Total Gym, $14.99. I don't know, it was a 1-month trial. And the other one was like Bowflex, like some sort of Bowflex elliptical or aerobic exercise thing. And it was, free trial or $50 for 1 month free trial. So again, free trial isn't totally free. It could have little fees, but that's how they're using them as lost leaders. Get grocery stores all the time, get you in the door. So 4 ways.
Sorry.
I was going to go just right into the first one. We talk about actually giving, number 1 strategy would be actually giving a free trial. And why would you do that, or how would you do that? And really, you're trying to motivate the client or the prospect to try it, right? So if you're trying to recruit new customers, a great thing is to give them a free trial, right? They don't know. If you have existing customers that you'd like to sell them a new product of yours, this is a great way to introduce a new product. You give it away to your existing clients, or a part-time free trial for your existing clients, right? Procter & Gamble, as a matter of fact, just announced recently, I think this might have been over the summer, they're no longer doing the coupons. Procter & Gamble is doing free samples, meaning free trial. They want you to try the product, the little lotions and the soaps, as opposed to the 10% off type coupons.
So one of the things about in marketing, one of the things that we always say is, if you could tell your prospects all you want about your products or services, but when you show them your products and services, and the best way to show somebody is to get them to use the product, then they see it for themselves. So that goes from telling them about a product to showing them. And that's why, a company like Procter & Gamble realizes, we could spend this much on ads, or we could reduce our ad cost to acquire the customer, but yet give them the product, and that free product costs less than it does in ads. So our ad spend will go down. So it's a form of advertising, and it's a calculated form of advertising at that. So
exactly right. So I was trying to give some other examples. So you can have a CPA or a financial advisor, free tax assessment, free portfolio review. We've had chiropractors and eye doctors, free exam, kind of get you in there. Dentist, free exam. A dentist could do the upgrade for free. Trial period for a gym membership, the first 2 weeks of LA Fitness when they run that kind of stuff, usually the first 2 weeks for $1 or something like that. And then we're talking about you. So we're talking about the dog food thing that you just started, right? So you're doing the free dog food, right?
First bag free. You sign up for auto ship, you get your first bag free, regardless of the size of the bag. I shouldn't even say first bag free because we base it on the weight of the dog. So it's really your first 30 days are free. So you sign up for automatic shipment, and we're going to give you your first 30 days for free. And you can cancel if you hate the food. I mean, we know that's a possibility, but the reality is sign up, get your first 30 days free. And if you like it, you're going to continue to use it. And then we added discounts on the backside of that, but for signing up for automated shipping. So
landscape might do free seasonal flowers, right? So you might do the flowers around the mailbox. That's not that expensive, not a very big area, but those are whatever you call perennial. They get switched out 3 or 4 times a year. So you could do and especially if you're already in the neighborhood, we've talked about like in the neighborhood strategy, right? So you could say, you've got some extra flowers. Let me do one of the neighbors around the mailbox with some seasonal flowers for free to kind of get in the door. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good job. I'll pay you the next time to flip them out, right? Or you're getting your foot in the door, right? So that summer fun is literally, number one would be literally just a free trial, right? You're doing it right now in the dog food business. We give you several examples. Number 2 strategy, another different way, is free demonstrations. So some of those products you have to kind of see it to believe it, right? See it to believe it. We used to have, it used to be a couple of years ago, was a cleaner for your driveway. My dad's kind of a handyman, mechanic kind of guy, and it was like to get the oil and grease off your garage floor, right? And so you got to see it to believe it. There used to be some kids that come around and they squirt it on the ground, and oh my gosh, this stuff really works, right? So that's almost like a free demonstration, right? The sham wow, right? From the sham wow, they used to have that guy in Costco or whatever, or wherever.
Exactly. The guy who tapes the boat together. Have you seen the commercial where they cut a boat in half and then they tape? So now again, the commercial to do that is so well thought out. Of course, it's great copywriting, but when you cut a boat in half and then you tape it, you have shown your customer that this tape is really everything that they're promising it. And that's where free demonstration, Kirby did it. I think Kirby built their entire company, Kirby Vacuum Cleaners.
Okay.
The most expensive vacuum cleaner on the planet. Maybe not anymore, but at that time it was. And what their thing was, for many years, they had telemarketers. They call up, hey, we'll give you a free demonstration and we will clean up to 2 rooms of your carpet with the Kirby vacuum cleaner. They would come out and they would say, and then of course the free demonstration, now you just had the carpets clean in 2 areas of the house. Now you got dirty carpet in other areas. What's your natural thing to do would be to purchase this $1,200 machine on financing or whatever they did during those days.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. We've talked about Joe Polish and Dean Jackson. So I Love Marketing. Joe Polish talks about doing a free cleaning for 1 room. And the idea would be a free cleaning and then a carpet assessment for the rest of the house. Obviously trying to get them to have you clean the rest of the house, right? Exactly right. Mattress companies, right? I don't know how those mattress guys, they're all over the place, but what are they doing? They got the beds right there in their showroom, and they want you to come in and lay down on it, right? Comfort is a big thing. So literally, this is why the Sleep Number bed came out of this. Like the number one complaint or desire for a mattress is comfort, right? So I don't know how comfortable it's going to be. And so that's why they started having the showrooms. But then the Sleep Number bed came along, solution to a problem, which was, well, you could adjust the comfort level by adjusting the firmness by having a Sleep Number. So a Sleep Number bed came out as a free demonstration, came out of the free demonstration world of, hey, you can have it any kind of firmness you want.
And one of the demonstrations, and I can't think of the name of the bed right now, and it might be Sleep Number, but they say not only you can try it out for 60 days in your home. So that we'll send it to you. You can get all sweaty on it and everything else. And if you don't like it, you can send it back. Okay, so now what's happened there is you may have tried it in the store or whatever, and now you can get it brought to your house. You're gonna try it out, and if you don't like it, so that the demonstration, sometimes, if you've noticed, we talked about like the fitness place that they get $1 or whatever. We get people to sign up for auto ship, so they've committed. They're paying for the shipping on that, so they've committed. They put some money up. In the case of the free bed, that you've committed to buying it, but you can get out of it, and that's what's the demonstration. It's a way that we've moved to this online world, if you will, because you have to adjust. I mean, the economy now is not always going to the mall. So free demonstration doesn't always mean free. It just means you're going to give people a free trial period that they can get all their money back if you want, in some cases.
I'm a golf nut, right? So a lot of the golf club stores now give you a 30-day, buy the driver and you get to try it for 30 days, return it if you don't like it, kind of thing. Like you said, we talked about the girls. The way my girls shopped for prom dresses a couple of years ago was they ordered all the prom dresses and tried them on and then sent them back. So free demonstrations are really cool. All right, so number 3, the third way is free evaluations, right? So free evaluations, and why or how would you use that is that maybe your prospect didn't know you had a solution to their problem, right? They didn't know there was a solution, didn't know it even existed, didn't know that was a possibility, right? So,
and I'll give you an example. Of course, I'm in the real estate business, and I have people that we do rent-to-own programs. And we had a tenant buyer. We call them tenant buyers because they're in the rent-to-own. And we had a tenant buyer that got his credit score up pretty good. And I said, I think you're ready. So I called a mortgage broker friend of mine, and he's like, well, have him call me, and I'll do a free assessment, and we'll determine if he's ready. And sure enough, he had a program for him that's the point. Hey, I'll do a free assessment. I'll see if we can get them done. And if we can get them done, then they can buy the house. And so there's a perfect example in the mortgage business. Hey, the guy didn't know whether he could qualify, and the free assessment got him in the door. And sure enough, he had a product for him that the tenant buyer didn't know existed. That's an example of.
Exactly right. And I've seen chiropractors, the way one of my chiropractors markets himself. Now it's different with COVID right now, but he would go or have his assistants go and do the chair massages, come to your office and we'll, provide whatever, donuts and coffee and give everybody a free 15-minute massage. And during that massage, they uncover, oh, you're tight over here. Oh, looks like your back is out. Oh, looks like your neck is out. And so that free evaluation was, you get the free massage, a free, whatever you call posture evaluation. I'm not exactly sure. I think that was what it was called. It was a fancy name for, and of course he uncovers that your tightness and you're out of whack, right? You're out of alignment is what they call it, a chiropractor, and then try to get you to come in and do, sign up for chiropractor on a continual basis, right? Why? Because the lifetime value of the client would be, you don't just go to chiropractor once, you go on a continual basis, right? Reevaluation. We talked mortgage finance. Oh, I've got, for our coaching, I got this profit acceleration software. So we can show any business how they can find $50,000 without spending $1 more on marketing or advertising, run them through, actually give them examples and come up with here's a dollar amount. Here's an evaluation tool of $1 it adds to your bottom line, your cash flow, how much it adds to the value of your business, right? A free evaluation.
I saw in the Mint magazine, I don't know if you get Mint, the Mint magazine in Atlanta, it comes through the mail, where a car place had free 24-point inspection on your car. Just bring your car in, make an appointment and get a free 24-point inspection. I'm sure they check tires or, all these different things, but they do all these different tests. And, you need an oil change, you need this. I'm sure that's how they, but the free evaluation was a 24-point free evaluation. That sounds pretty good. I mean, so,
Actually, a checklist. That goes back to, I love checklists. You're exactly right. Same thing for like a masseuse or the chiropractor. I've seen this for golf training. It would be like a flexibility assessment, right? Are you flexible enough to make the turn for your golf swing? And of course, where does that, a free golf assessment, right? A free golf swing assessment, right? Oh, your golf swing is, and here's some things you might do to improve it, right? So that actually gets into the stuff we talked about before.
Every time I get that, though, they say, you know what you can do to improve your golf swing? Stop playing golf.
Stop playing. So that's a good one. So, all right, so then I'll move on. The fourth way is just talking about seminars and webinars, right? So Tony Robbins is famous for this, right? So you got the Tony Robbins, you'll see the infomercials, but then he's got, 1-day and 3-day seminars, right? He's always trying to upsell you, by the way, to the next program. That's a whole different strategy, but it's a way to kind of get you in the door with the seminar or webinar. But the point of those, or how or when do you use those, is when you're going to add value with somebody. This is not a webinar that you're just, it's a sales call. That's not it. It's a webinar that they learn something or add value. They're going to walk away with something, a roadmap. Like we do stuff where it's like a roadmap. And then if you want help implement it, you would hire us as your coach, right?
Precisely.
Yeah, so there's a wow factor to it. There's a value added. They walk away better off than they were before. This is where you're educating them the benefits. We've talked about that before, the interrupt, engage, educate, and offer, right? So now your seminar or webinar allows you to educate the client. Before and after pictures, case studies are great examples of seminar or webinar content, case study before and after. We talked about this for home renovations, the kitchen before and after, right? My infomercials with the Total Gym before and after, the weight loss or the getting in shapes, right?
Well, now, like, for instance, you had your windows replaced in your house and you live in Buckhead, which is probably an older house. So my curiosity would be, like, did they ask you before electric bills and after? Did they, because that would be a good example.
No, they haven't done that. You could have easily done that with us. You could have also done like the sun comes in on that side of the house. So these windows had the internal ultraviolet stuff. So it wasn't
low E.
Yeah. So that would have been a great one, kind of like a little thermometer that says, oh, it looks like your temperature here is 90 degrees, but with the new windows, it's 75. That would have been a good before and after, right?
Yeah, and those are exactly the, like the thing about live events. It's really sad we can't have them right now, or we could. Now we can have them in Florida. I'm willing to say that our mastermind, perhaps in the next 6 months, we'll have live mastermind. But that being said, like you said, in the live webinar scenario, let's say it's 15 people in a room. I mean, that's not even, I said live webinar, live event, if it's a small room of 15 people. And this is the way many consultants have built their business. They would go speak in front of a Lions Club or something, something on those lines. And they might be an author, so they give you a free copy of the book at the end. But the people sitting there, all of a sudden, somebody in the room has that problem, like you're a financial advisor. I mean, you help people with, that are wealthy to grow their wealth. And they go, wow, I could really use help in that area. Now you have every one of these is a tool to generate qualified leads. I would say is probably the right, the highest quality leads that you can get.
Exactly.
And then upsell them. I mean, ultimately that's what it's all about.
No, exactly right. So, and I got some other examples we've talked about Dean Jackson. He's got something called the 90-minute book where you can type your book. And I've got a book that's called Business Breakthroughs: How to Find $50,000 in Anybody's Business Without Spending a Dollar on Marketing or Advertising. Right there's your calling card. So you got the book. That's your free offer. Give a book. Right. We got the Profit Acceleration Software Business Breakthrough session that we offer that we can show where the 50,000 comes from. That what you're doing is you're just combining these strategies: the free trial, the 4 ways: free trial, free demonstration, free evaluation, free education, which is the webinar and seminars. Those are kind of the 4 ways to use the free offers. But the idea is you're trying to offer exceptional value for somebody, and you got to get them exposed to it and the benefits of it, and let them experience your product, the result, right? We all talk about people want the result. They got a problem that they don't want, right? They have something that they don't have, but they do want. Right?
Yeah, exactly. They want their life to be better. I mean, if you're selling boats, and you can hand somebody the keys or take somebody out on the boat, like if you're a sailboat dealer and you take somebody out, hit wife and a husband out on a sailboat for the afternoon, you got some cheese and a bottle of wine and they're all out there and, oh, honey, this is exactly what we want. I mean, that's a free evaluation on a very expensive item, but what ends up happening at the end of it, I would imagine in very high numbers, is they have the potential to sell that boat.
Timeshares are kings though, right? Come to the beach for a discounted value, and then you got to sit in for the timeshare presentation for whatever, 90-minute timeshare, right? Why do you think they do it? Because it works. It's the free or discounted value of how wonderful it is to stay at our beach resort, and then you to buy, right? And so, but this leads into the other stuff that we've talked about before. We've done podcasts before in the past about know your numbers, right? So this all matters on lifetime value of your customer, right? This isn't just a one transaction, right? We talked about, but it also fits into as your cost of acquisition. How much does it cost you to get a new client? How much is a new client worth to you, right? So in the dog food world, or in the investment management world, client comes in, they stay an average of 7 years, right? So X amount of fee, it's 7 years. So there's a lifetime value at 7 years worth of income. So then how much could you afford to spend, right? Or give away value, right? Or spend on advertising, right? All of the above would be, you can't really do this free trial unless it's part of the bigger picture, right? This goes back to in strategy versus tactic. This is a tactic that would fit in your overall strategy if you had a market dominating position, a market dominating message, right? Yeah. Pain-free dentists, right? Healthy dog food, healthy protein, I think is kind of part of y'all's messaging. And that it's got to fit in the overall, but you got to know your numbers. You got to know what your acquisition costs are. You got to know what advertising costs are. You got to know what the value of the client is, right?
And you got to be willing to spend money to get clients. I mean, because this is all built around mostly acquiring new clients. Of course, I mean, that's what we're focusing on new clients. I mean, we've done entire sessions on how to get more sales without acquiring any new clients. But right now we're focusing on, all right, if you're wanting to get new clients, it costs money to get clients. So there's many different ways. I mean, you could hire direct salespeople to go knock on doors. Not as effective as it once was, but it is a method. But these are ways to, I would say, lower your cost of advertising while yet increase. You may come out exactly the same, but it's a way that you can acquire, in many cases, a lot of customers in a short period of time because people like free. And
right. What we use this all the time, irresistible offers. These are irresistible. You'd be a fool not to let me, do the flowers around your mailbox, right? That's a irresistible offer. Why wouldn't I do that? And then I like it so much, and right, or like we said, I've had aches and pains in my back and get a free evaluation on why does it hurt and how we might fix it. A free evaluation, might be no brainer. I've got a back problem. It'd be a great thing to go do, right? You talked about the mortgage broker. Why wouldn't I say, oh, you could save $300 a month, $500 a month, right? Yeah. Why wouldn't we say that? Why wouldn't I go take a look at it? The free tax, hey, I can save. I've had CPAs that give a free tax review, right? So we guarantee we're going to find money in your tax return or don't hire us, right? We do, I told you, the profit acceleration business breakthrough sessions where we're going to find $50,000. Again, no brainer. So lowering the barrier to entry, right? There's so little risk. These irresistible offers or trials or risk-free offers are just a beautiful way to get your prospects exposed to your product, to your solution. They didn't know you existed. They didn't know that existed. They didn't know that was an option, right?
Yeah, and this works regardless of the price tag of your product. I mean, when you and I can save somebody $50,000 in the first year and help them cover that cost and make money, that a lot more money in the first year, well, there's a cost associated with that. And if you're selling sailboats aren't cheap. So, I mean, sure, the free evaluation, but there's people out in the marketplace looking to make their life better or solve a problem. And you want to give them the least friction on their entry, because the least friction makes them feel warm and fuzzy, and people want to try before they buy. They want to at least see the results and then be able to picture themselves having that result for themselves. And that's what the timeshare does really well, because you're sitting on the beach, they've given you this free room. We could be here once a year, and
right. Those are persuasive offers, right? So, the timeshare is a great example. Tony Robbins has been doing this for years. I don't know if it's the late 80s when he got started, but doing it for years, right?
I don't think anything Tony does is free anymore, but yeah, he's been doing it for years. He's probably one of the pioneers of that early, he's certainly one of the early pioneers. I mean, Zig Ziglar was certainly out ahead of Tony. Zig never made it like Tony, but Zig is still big, but
Absolutely.
But the point is a lot of value.
Yeah, but you got to know this as, your exceptional value, you're providing the benefit. It's the lifetime value of the client that matters to you. And this isn't just a one-time transactional product, right? This is that we're going to sell more products, more of the same products or more of different products to the same customers. But it's a way to get us in the doors. We talked about this is a persuasive offer, how to use free trials to do that. We got all kinds of different strategies, but this is just how to use free trials to generate persuasive, irresistible offers, right? Again, we talk about this all the time. This is what we talk about in our mastermind group. We get like-minded individuals that come up with how can a free trial work in your business? One of these 4 methodologies of using free trials. Which one would be best in your business? That's what we do in the mastermind. That's what we would discuss, come up with these type of ideas and bounce them off each other and try them out, right? There's nothing wrong with testing one and reconnecting and testing another one, right?
And here, I'll prove it to you. If you're watching this episode and you're thinking about joining our mastermind, why don't you get on a call with me and Matt, or send us an email at matt@profitabilitymd.com or dave@profitabilitymd.com, and we will help you create a free offer on that call that'll work for your business that you can take to the market, and you can use that as a free trial to find out, hey, wow, I really want to be in this mastermind. That's one thing that we're excellent at finding money in your business. We can help you find $10,000, $15,000 in a 30-minute session with you, no problem.
So that's great. There's a free offer right there. Come on, give us a. So profitabilitymd.com, Matt@profitabilitymd.com, Dave@profitabilitymd.com. Anywhere you find your podcast, profitabilitymd.com. This is the kind of stuff. This is just another one of our strategies, how to create irresistible offers, persuasive offers, using 4 ways to use free trials. Good stuff, man. I love this stuff. This is
awesome,
good.
man. That was a good show today.
All right, buddy. See you.
Have a great weekend. Take care.